Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Malam. Oke. Saya persiapkan kamera.
Unit 3 tabla.
Halo. Ya, cek sound dulu.
Mute.
Iya.
Oke.
Halo?
Bagaimana ini? Oke.
Hello. Nina,
Is that okay?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Cool.
Does everyone can hear us now? I mean, also the audience.
Ya.
Ini. Coba dites yang lain.
Halo, tes.
Ya.
Suara.
Mas Ulum.
Ya.
Boleh tes suara alat nggak?
Tes suara alat, silakan.
Tes ya.
Ya.
Jadi alat gue ini ada yang pipes ini ada 2 suara. Yang satu suara rendah, satu suara tinggi. Nah, suara rendahnya seharusnya volumenya lebih kecil dari yang tinggi. Jadi pengen ngetes itu, jadi gue bisa nyesuaiin jarak mikrofonnya gitu. Tes ya?
Ya.
Itu jelas nggak?
Kurang.
Oke, coba gue tambahin ya. Gimana?
Ketutup.
Yang mana yang ketutup?
Yang pertama bunyi.
Oke, gue ubah dulu ya.
Tweet ya.
Ubah dulu.
Tak bisa.
Tes lagi ya.
Oke, saya melihat orang.
Gimana?
Masuk.
Gimana? Hah?
Ya, betul.
Gimana barusan, Mas? Halo? Halo, mikrofon Mas itu mute tuh. Mas Ulum.
Ya,
Gimana barusan?
Lebih bagus dengan cahaya atau
sudah
tidak?
lumayan. Sudah masuk.
Sudah banyak?
Nina. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes?
I think yeah, you look fine. Yeah.
Is it too much? Is it better without the light?
This is without the light.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, can you try again with the light?
Although I can't see anything when it's on.
Okay. Yeah, for me, this one is clearer.
Better.
Yeah, better this one.
Okay.
Nggak tahu tuh Mas Ulum gimana tuh pendapatnya?
But I can't see anyone. You don't be so many hats.
Yeah, I haven't turned on my camera.
Okay. Jadi, Egy sudah masuk. Yeah. No.
Tadi sudah. Mana dia sekarang?
Di mana?
Egy.
Jadi bisa hubungi dia untuk masuk. Kemudian bisa mulai ketika dia sudah masuk.
Okay. Di WhatsApp ada kan dia ya?
Ya bisa.
Ada ya? Coba. Mas Ulum, ini semua orang sudah bisa lihat kita kah? Atau?
Ya, yang masuk di sini.
Iya.
Termasuk yang nonton juga udah bisa ya? Nah ini Bung Egy.
Okay, to the English speakers, we're just going to wait a few minutes for a dance group to enter, and then we will start.
Cinda, memanggil Cinda.
Revelino,
Yes, I'm here.
can you tell me when Eggy has entered?
Yeah, still can't see him now. I've sent a message to the group, by the way.
Yeah, I saw it. Terima kasih. Revelino, apa namanya dia di Zoom?
I'm calling him now. I think his name was Eggy. Yeah. I think I saw it. Yeah. I'm calling him this instant.
Cool, terima kasih.
Is he asleep or what? He didn't pick up.
Okay.
Let's wait.
Sebentar lagi. Fajar dan teman-teman, ada perempuan yang bisa membaca Quran untuk membuka. Tari Sufi Jakarta.
Ya,
Ada?
ya. Kita udah masuk ya, udah siap ini.
Iya,
We have ready.
ada perempuan yang bisa membaca Al-Quran sedikit.
Pardon, gimana?
Biasanya ada perempuan membaca Al-Quran untuk membuka, tetapi dia sakit.
Yang membaca Al-Quran siapa?
Ya,
yang membaca
sedikit.
Al-Quran?
Beberapa ayat.
Ya.
Kalau bisa.
Bentar. Wait a moment.
Siapa? Seperti itu. Itu saya.
Is it you, Nina?
Ya, mungkin saya.
Okay.
Maaf.
No problem.
Oke. Gitu ya.
Yes.
Duduk aja semua yang bagus.
Oh,
Bung
okay.
Egi udah masuk belum?
Assalamualaikum dulu.
Bung Egi udah masuk?
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oh, dulu bisa rekanan ini. Bisa rekam ini.
Direkam?
Oke, Bang.
Ya, harus mulai rekam.
Ya, udah direkam.
Gaung dari siapa itu?
Saya tidak melihat. Oh, dulu ini bilang live. Apa live itu?
Direkam.
Tapi tidak untuk live streaming, untuk YouTube atau apapun.
Tidak. Rekaman dari Zoom.
Okay.
Dimulai sekarang?
Ya, sudah membawa laptop saya host.
Halo. Yang
Halo,
mana?
Nina.
Namanya sama ya? Yang sedang ngomong atau yang mute?
Harus.
Nina, I think there's 2 accounts of your name here.
Yes, so I messaged you which one to make post.
It's okay.
Actually, I think I sent it to the wrong person.
Okay.
Ini terus. Namanya. Enggak kelihatan. Halo.
Ya, halo, Bung. Itu
Mas
ada
Delino. Itu ya. Terbaca saya nggak bisa nentuin ini yang mana. Namanya sama soalnya.
Iya, dia pakai yang
Oke, yang mana? Laptopnya yang mana coba?
ya, maksudnya
You have to make me co-host on my laptop.
ya.
Oh, berarti akun yang satu lainnya ya, bukan yang ngomong ini ya. Oke, co-host.
Oke.
Oh, Raven, masuk. Sidang masuk. Woohoo!
Sudah, oke.
Hilang.
A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hal ataka hadisul ghasyiyah. Wujuhun yawma'idin khashi'ah. Amilatun nasibah. Tasla naran hamiyah. Tusqa min 'ainin aniyah. Laisa lahum ta'amun illa min dari'. لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنات عالية لا تسمع فيها لاغية فيها عين جارية فيها سرر ونمارق مصفوفة وزرابي مبثوثة أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت صدق الله العظيم.
Terima kasih banyak. Siapa nama kamu?
Mirna.
Oh, dan apa ayat itu? Apa nomor?
Surat Al-Ghasyiyah.
Oh. Apa namanya? Revelina, did you hear that?
Yep. She said it's Al-Ghasyiyah. Al-Ghasyiyah.
Yes.
Okay.
Al-Ghasyiyah.
Okay. Terima kasih semua. Selamat datang. Thank you everyone for joining the event. Welcome. So the theme for tonight is eclectically inspired. So we have artists that have been inspired from different cultures and different sources. And I'm going to be sharing a dance from West Sumatra. It's called Tari Gelombang. And then we're going to be having a number of other star guests too. And then this is an opportunity for you to share too. So anyone who joins the event is welcome to share. You can just put your hand up, put a message in the chat, or you can unmute yourself in the time in between the acts, and everyone is welcome to share. So people can put their mic on mute that are not sharing, so there's not any noises in the background. And I can actually open the event with the dance, and I think that Alum has the music ready. So I'm just going to, I think there's a number of people.
Are people joining?
Okay, yeah, just see. Okay. Jadi saya akan mulai dengan tari Gelombang dari budaya Minangkabau. Saya kuliah di ISI Padang Panjang tahun 2017 untuk 1 tahun. Kemudian saya membuat sedikit tour di Indonesia, pertunjukan puisi dan tari. So saya akan ulum musik siap. Siapa ada musik untuk main?
Tari gelombang ya? Siap.
Sudah siap dengan tari gelombang?
Yap. Saya putar ya.
Yeah? Yeah, okay. So saya akan siap dulu. I put this light on.
Molum, udah.
Terima kasih.
Tepuk tangan.
So this is a traditional dance from West Sumatra, which opens parties and events and different celebrations. So as we are appreciating different cultures, then this is one of my favorite genres of dance. It's a traditional Melayu direct, which means that it comes from the mountain region of the Minangkabau culture, which is in West Sumatra. So one of our guest acts, Rivalino, he's actually from Minangkabau culture, but he lives in Jakarta now. So Rivalino, what did you think of the dance?
It was great. It was great.
It's
It's
Can you do any
full of spirit.
from, you know,
What?
can you do any dance from Minangkabau?
Me? No. You wouldn't want to see me dancing.
Okay, so I'm happy to open up if there's anyone that would like to share. You can ask to be unmuted yourself. If there's anyone that has a poem or a song or anything you'd like to share.
Kalau ada penonton yang mau nampil, silakan di chat, bisa. Nanti akan ditentukan gilirannya.
Kalau ada yang mau nonton.
Ya, mungkin sebentar lagi.
sorry,
Jadi,
audionya masih echo.
Jadi dan teman-teman sudah siap untuk tampil tarian?
Karena, Siap, saya siap.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm really excited to have dance Dulala, which is from Porowejo. It has a very interesting history. And Eggy actually has said that he would like to explain a little bit about the history himself. So, Bismillah, Eggy, silakan mulai. Kamu belum mau berbicara tentang sejarah dulu?
Oke. Selamat malam, terima kasih Mas Haida.
Halo Mas Regi.
Bisa hidup video untuk dia.
Bisa mendengar suara saya dengan baik?
Agak jauh suaranya, Mas.
Lumayan, tapi sedikit disturb ya.
Hai, bagus.
Sip.
Oke, halo.
Halo.
Mantap, Mas.
Sudah bisa didengar suara saya dengan baik?
Ya, itu clear, di belakang clear. Mas itu daftar sponsor apa gimana tuh? Ada camat kali, ada Dana Ramil, Kapolsek. Itu daftar sponsor ya?
Ruangan atas aulanya sedang dipakai, jadi terpaksa di sini. Oke. Bisa dimulai.
Ya, Eggy ingin berbicara tentang tari dulu.
Oke, saya mulai ya. Sebelumnya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam semuanya. Perkenalkan, nama saya Eggy dari Purworejo, Kabupaten Purworejo, tepatnya di Jawa Tengah, Provinsi Jawa Tengah, Indonesia. Untuk kecamatannya di Kecamatan Kaligesing. Nah, langsung saja saya akan mengenalkan dengan Tari Ndolala. Tari Ndolala berasal dari Purworejo. Ini sebelum menjadi Ndolala dulu adalah keseniannya namanya Bangilun. Bangilun. Kemudian adanya penjajah dari Belanda dulu, Indonesia sempat dijajah oleh Belanda. Di Purworejo ada tempat base camp tentara Belanda. Ada base camp tentara Belanda.
Mungkin bisa translate.
Iya, translate ya, silakan.
Okay, so Purworejo is in Central Java, and I actually didn't understand the word that he used, Rivellino.
Yeah,
Could you maybe translate?
For the non-Indonesian speakers, so
Yes,
Egy is from Purworejo, a city in Central Java, Indonesia, and the name of the dance that he will perform is Dolalak dance, and previously it was named Balingun. Balingun ya Mas ya?
Ya, Bangilun.
Bangilun, sorry, it's
mean?
Bangilun. Yeah, and then it was also influenced by the Dutch during the time of the colonization of Indonesia. Terus apa lagi Mas?
Iya, jadi ada base camp Belanda di sini. Terus biasanya saat tentara Belanda itu beristirahat, mereka melakukan dansa, terus menari-nari. Nah, di situ masyarakat Indonesia tentunya dulu ada yang menjadi tentara di situ ya. Jadi tertarik di situ, tertarik melihat kostum Ndolala seperti itu dengan rumbai-rumbai yang seperti ini ya. Ini sudah perkembangan zaman sekarang. Jadi kalau dulu tidak terlalu ramai seperti ini.
So previously the Dutch people, there were some base camps around Indonesia, and in Purworejo, the Dutch soldiers often dance around their base camps, and then it pulls out the interest of Indonesian people, and that's how they get the inspiration for the costumes of the dance.
Including these tassels that he was speaking about, right? And he said that they're actually a bit bigger than what they were originally, right?
Yeah, nowadays the costume has been modernized.
Selanjutnya tidak hanya kostum tapi tarian juga ada yang diadopsi ya, kayak dansa. Jadi Ndolala ada tarian bersama-sama, jadi terus ada juga tarian dansa sepasang itu ada. Jadi biasanya tari Ndolala itu dipentaskan bisa mencapai 1 hari 1 malam, Mas. Nah, untuk malam ini saya mencoba mengemas Ndolala yang tadinya dipentaskan dengan durasi panjang 1 hari 1 malam. Kemudian saya kemas menjadi durasi 8 menit. Tentunya saya memilih beberapa lagu dan beberapa tarian yang bisa diolah dinamikanya seperti itu.
So time went by, Indonesian people started to be interested in the dance that they did, and but the dance were originally performed usually for 1 day and 1 night, which is obviously too long for this event. So Egy will cram the dance into 8 minutes with some of the songs that he chose.
Ya, awalnya juga Ndolala sebagai kesenian untuk syiar Islam. Jadi lagu-lagunya dulu itu selawat dan pantun-pantun tentang kehidupan moral, tentang pantun-pantun tentang Islam. Kemudian sekarang sudah berkembang, jadi ada beberapa garapan, yaitu lagu-lagu yang sudah masuk ke pendidikan tentunya, dan juga ada pantun-pantun atau lagu-lagu yang berkembang zaman sekarang itu sudah bukan Islam untuk syiar Islam lagi. Kalau sekarang fungsinya untuk hiburan. Jadi ada peralihan fungsi.
So previously, in the beginning, the dance that was adapted from the Dutch was being used to spread Islamic message, spread Islam. But yes, so when it was used to spread Islamic message, it contained verses, songs and verses about life, about kindness. But in the development nowadays, mostly it's used for entertainment.
Tentunya itu sejarah singkat ya, sejarah singkat. Masih ada cerita lengkapnya, tapi pada kesempatan kali ini saya sampaikan singkat itu aja. Terima kasih Mas Rivelino sudah translate ke Inggris.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
For the last sentence that Egy said, obviously that was just a brief history, and now he will prepare to do the dance.
Okay. Sebentar, saya persiapkan musiknya dulu. Sound. Oke, kami sudah siap. Cekkan dulu ya. Bisa di
Diulang ya, Mas.
musiknya nggak sampai sini.
Oh ya.
Cekkan dulu aja.
Oke. Gimana, Mas? Volumenya belum.
Mas Egy suaranya nggak kedengeran.
Unmute dulu.
Suaranya kurang keras, kurang ya. Bisa ditambah lagi volumenya.
Di tempat saya udah maksimal ini.
Oh, maksimal.
Itu nggak ada pembantu ya? Selain HP nggak ada salon.
Oke, sebentar. Musik dari sini aja ya.
Oh, boleh, silakan.
Ini pakai HP atau laptop kamu?
Oke.
Okay, but he's going to use his own speakers, Nina, now.
Oh, he's got
Saya bawa
speakers.
speaker.
Okay.
Saya bawa speaker, cuman kalau dari Zoom itu suaranya nggak. Kalau suara orang berbicara keras, tapi kalau musik dari sana kurang keras.
Nah, mari coba, Mas.
Tak share. Neng WA cukup kan?
Okay, for the English speakers, he can't hear the music very loud for him to be able to do the dance. So he's just going to plug in some speakers, because otherwise when he's standing back, he can't really hear the music.
Mungkin bisa next penampil berikutnya aja, nanti Ndolala setelah itu gimana? Ini saya persiapan sound dulu. Musik.
Okay.
Okay. Nina, he's asking what if now is time for next performer?
Yeah. Jadi, maybe
Ya.
lagi membuat mute untuk sementara.
Next nanti saya penampil setelah itu aja.
Iya, jadi lagi membuat mute. Diam. Ya, oke. Oke, jadi
saya penampil setelahnya aja. Sekarang.
Ya, saya paham. Okay. Jadi, is there anybody else that wants to perform? Okay, so
Yes.
I might actually grab some poems and share some things first, and then we can see if there's anybody else that would like to share before one of our star acts. Okay, so I'm going to grab some poetry.
Yes. For the next, Abang Rivelino ya? Masih mute, Bang.
Sudah?
Ya.
Oke.
Oke.
Kalau ada yang mau perform duluan, karena ini open mic, silakan lu. Itu tadi Mas Muhammad itu nawarin kalau dia bisa ngeluarin sound dari tempat dia tuh. Maaf ya Mas, saya jauh nih soalnya dari komputer. Gak nyampe.
Iya, kalau Bang Egy ada linknya, mungkin bisa dari share dari saya atau dari siapapun yang laptopnya mungkin bisa lebih keras suaranya, maksud saya gitu.
Nah iya. Oke, kalau gitu ya mungkin kita lanjut dulu aja kali ya.
Ya.
Kalau misalnya nggak ada, ini giliran saya nih kayaknya nih. Nina.
Okay.
Is it me now or?
So I was going to share a poem, and then maybe would you like to share afterwards?
Yeah, I'm still quite flexible. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Puisi dulu ya dari Nina.
Okay, so I'm going to share a piece. Okay, so it's called Dollar What You Must. Can you see me? Do you really see me? Do you know my story? Have I seen your face before? You remind me of someone I used to know. I've been a time traveler for so long now. Don't recognize my own reflection. This must be progression to see all my ancestors deep inside me. Where are you going? And where did you come from? I'm from the human race, a world citizen in the cradle. I came here on invitation, set with the stars. Barefoot, plentiful, with charity to sow. We're each other's reflections as we blossom and grow.
Right.
And then I'm going to sing one song in Indonesian, because there's a lot of Indonesian. Okay.
Halo.
Judul Kunci Untuk Hatiku. Kunci menuju hatiku bisa ditemukan di dalam si tangga kita bertubuh. Tuhanku itu Allahu. Engkau bisa menjadi rajaku jika sebagai ratu aku diperlakukan terhormat, bermartabat dan dipercaya. Terhormat, bermartabat dan dipercaya. Bagaimana kamu tahu jalanku hatiku? Kurasakan mulai tumbuh padamu, sebab ciri mereka telah saling mengasihi sejak lama, yaitu cinta kepada Allah. Terhormat, bermartabat dan dipercaya. Terhormat, bermartabat dan dipercaya. Biasanya ada musik.
Nice one, Nina. Itu lagu siapa ya?
Saya.
Oh, I see. Right,
Yeah,
nice one.
yeah. Jadi biasanya ada kelompok dengan banyak alat musik, ada banyak budaya Minangkabau juga, kecapi dan salawang, bangsi, telempong. Yeah. So yeah, that's for you.
Yeah,
So that has a lot of traditional instruments from Minangkabau culture, and it also has Minangkabau language actually at the beginning of the song. So there's the acoustic version. So I'd like to introduce Rebellino. He is our next guest act. So as I mentioned earlier, he's actually originally from Minangkabau culture, but he lives in Jakarta. And he taught himself the guitar from the age of 12. And then in his 20s, he started learning the, sorry, I can't say the not the bagpipes. William, how do you say?
Uilleann pipes.
Uilleann pipes.
Uilleann
pipes and
yeah.
accordion. And actually, it would be interesting to find out how he became so curious about, I mean, he generalizes as European culture, but I know he has quite a good relationship with the Irish embassy, and is the only person that knows how to play the uilleann pipes in future. So it'd be interesting to know his experience of how he became to be so fascinated, and if he managed to go to Ireland, and your experiences with Irish people and the culture, as well as we'll be playing, I know, a French song and an Italian song on the accordion. So I'm quite fascinated to hear more about you.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Rebellino. As what Nusaiba said, I live in Jakarta. Well, I was born and grew up in Bandar Lampung, a city far south Sumatra Island. But my parents originally came from West Sumatra. Sorry, Mas Ulum, boleh biar jelas juga cahayanya? Okay. So yeah, the instrument that you see here, the name is uilleann pipes. Uilleann is actually spelled U-I-L-L-E-A-N-N, but it's read as uilleann. It's a Gaelic language and it means elbow, so it's practically elbow pipes. The difference with the Scottish pipes, the one that is most famous now, the difference is you play it while sitting. So for me, this is kind of the drunken pipes. You know, you cannot stand while you play it, and it has many similarities with the Scottish bagpipes, except that it's not mouth blown. It's pumped. You have the bellows here to pump the air, and then it distributes the air to the back, and the back distributes the air to the pipes. As what Nusaiba said, I've actually first interested in this instrument when it was in 2016. I started playing this and play the accordion because I have always been fascinated with the traditional music, but along the way I got caught in European traditional music, also traditional music, for example, East Asian traditional music. A small community in Jakarta called Celtic Room, and that's where I stuck in Celtic music. But I'm loving it, and I would play before we get to the playing. One is the main part is called the chanter. The chanter has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 holes. Tonic chanter, but you can modify it into a chromatic chanter. And these here are you have 3 drones. We call it drones. The bass drone, the baritone drone. Basically, the drone goes with a steady one note sound, like what you can hear in Scottish with the rest of the bagpipe later here. So, well, in the full set, uilleann pipes have 3 regulators, but upgraded in the near future. And the music, I will play some of Irish songs and maybe later with accordion. So basically, Irish music in general is divided into 3 types. Traditional Irish music divided into, the first one is a jig. What the jig, the beat would be 6/8. Is that how you say it? 6/8. Now that's the first type. It's a jig. Second type is a reel. Reel, it's in a normal beat. It's 4/4. So 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. And the last one is the slow air. Slow air is usually a slow air is a transcription. It's a translation of a sad song which was created during the war. You know, Ireland has so many wars. Had so many wars, yeah. So it's to mental, and usually was very
Rivellino,
that's why it's called
it's saying that your network bandwidth is very low, and so you keep cutting out. I'm not sure if you're able to check your connection at all, because it is cutting out a bit when you speak, and I'm worried that we won't be able to hear your music.
Let me check.
Sorry, I know you said yesterday there was an issue with your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, that's fine. If it's still not good, I'll change it to. I will tether it from my cell phone. Yesterday went well, right, with my cell phone.
It did actually.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, so I guess I'll try to change the connection. Hold on. Let me.
And actually, interestingly, I just remember that I used to play the Scottish bagpipes when I was a child. So when I went to school, we had the opportunity to learn Scottish dancing, which is around. They have swords on the floor like this, and then you dance around the swords. And then I played the Scottish bagpipes. But as you said, it needed a lot of oxygen. Yes. The little me had to blow it up for like 20 minutes before I could get going.
Yes, yeah, that's how they call it. With the Scottish bagpipes, you can only go with no voice or very loud. That's it. Is the connection better now, Nina?
Yeah, it seems fine now.
Okay. Okay, so I'll start with the first one. Honestly, I can't remember the title of the song. Well, the first one will be a slow air. The second one would be a reel called Gone for His Tea. And the third one will also be a reel called Cameronian Reel. By the way, let me know if the sound is bad. So that's the first one. So yeah.
Bisa apresiasi.
Why was it muted? Tadi kedengeran nggak sih?
Oh.
Very
Jelas. Jelas.
Mistake.
keren.
Oke. Makasih.
Tepuk tangan.
Ya, jadi itu tadi itu pertamanya real ya kan, pertamanya slow air, lalu 2 lagu berikutnya itu real. And berikutnya ini mau langsung kayak gitu bagaimana? Okay. Who's that? Okay, yeah. Okay, let me do the second one. So I told you about the 3 types of Irish music, right? I just now I played the slow air and 2 reels. So now I will play for you 2 jigs, Irish jigs. Yeah, this one, the jigs are the type that you can hear in lots of movies actually. Like in you guys are familiar with Titanic, right? So, for example, the scene where they were dancing on the deck below. The one that goes like this. Now, so that's the type of jig. Now I will play to you 2 jigs. The first one is called Paddy Fahis, and the second one is called Humors of Glendart. Now, this Humors of Glendart, you can actually hear it in Harry Potter, the last Harry Potter. You know, the last Harry Potter was divided into 2 parts. In the first part, where there's a wedding scene, you can hear that song actually. Here it goes. Yeah, that's the second one. You know, one trivial fact about uilleann pipes. One trivial fact about uilleann pipes. You can actually play it. You can actually play it in the technique that sound like I don't know, talempong. Nina, you know this, right? Talempong.
Yeah.
Sorry, not talempong.
Bagaimana?
Not talempong. Serunai. Serunai. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Can you recognize this kind of sound? Can you recognize that?
Tapi lebih cepat.
Yeah. That's tak tong tong for you.
Yeah, menarik.
Yeah.
Menarik.
Um,
Ini teman saya, dia tinggal dalam jalan ini. Namanya dia Abdul Aziz, ya. Yeah.
oh, Abdul Aziz.
Hey.
Halo, Mas.
Salam Abdul Aziz.
Yeah. So just like what Nusaibah said, I actually don't only play the pipes. I also play accordion. Halo Mbak Bonita. Ya, ada Mbak Bonita tuh.
Oh, cool. Selamat datang.
Yeah. So now I will play you the accordion. I think one song would be enough. Yeah, saying the time.
People onto this.
Yeah. So before I took up the pipes, I played the accordion and I played some European songs. But there's actually one how do you say that? One composer that I really like. It's maybe you guys know the name, Astor Piazzolla, but he's Argentinian. And I will play you one song which was famously composed by him. It's called Oblivion. It's really a slow song though. Ini suaranya masih jelas nggak, Mas?
Jelas, Bang.
Jelas ya?
Jelas.
Oke. Satu lagi nih. Oke, ini judulnya Oblivion dari Astor Piazzolla.
Welcome. Silakan mute.
Yes.
Oblivion.
Oh my
yeah,
word.
Austorfietsola.
Love, 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 love.
Yeah, okay.
Love.
So I think I'm going to give the stage to Egy.
Yes, I'm ready.
Oke.
Bagus sekali, Revelino.
Terima
Luar
kasih.
biasa.
Revelino,
Yes.
mau selesai lagu lagi atau Egy bisa tari dulu?
Sandy.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay. I mean, I can play one more song, but if Egy wants to jump in, I'm okay.
Well, because you said that after 11:30, it's a bit loud for you to play.
What time is it now? Oh well, it's for the accordion. It's quite okay actually. For the pipes, it's not okay. That's arrogant.
Okay, so we can come back to you after he does his dancing. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed that.
Terima kasih banyak. It's very good.
Yes, very good. Very good, Fairly. Yay, yay, yay.
Azima Bone.
Ihui, ihui.
Kang mau endorse. Besok kalau kolaborasi bisa ya?
Bisa dong. Bisa dong.
Ngajarin teman-teman bikin grup musik nanti buat latarnya Tari Sufi.
Ya, akordionnya pasti aja.
Siap, siap.
Okay, so we're going to go back to Egy now. We had a bit of a technical problem with the music. We had some more people join, so it's even better if you guys can now see this dance.
Ada you want it?
Oke, bisa dimulai. Apa?
We can start.
Oke, siap. Oke, saya mulai.
Silakan, bismillah.
That was amazing, Iggy. So bit of energy. Woohoo!
Full of spirit.
How do you have so much energy? Like, wow.
Do you like
Luar biasa, keren.
Awesome, awesome. Keren Mas, keren, asli keren.
Keren.
Itu gabungan
Extraordinary,
gitu ya? Apa sih?
musiknya jelas nggak Kak?
Original apa kombinasi gitu ya?
Kombinasi atau original gitu sih Mas?
Original, cuman garapan di sekolah lantai.
Oh, itu nama sekolahnya, sekolah lantai.
Enggak, maksudnya tarian original.
Minum dulu Mas.
Drink, have some drink.
Oke, sebelumnya saya akan memperkenalkan teman-teman saya yang menarik.
Nih, diajak ngomong belum.
This name is Sandy. He is Budi.
Halo Mas Budi.
Say hello. He all my friend.
Right. Keren Mas.
Budi, sekali lagi, siapa teman kamu lagi?
Bagaimana?
Satu lagi siapa Mas? Mas Budi terus?
Sandy.
Mas Sandy. Halo Mas.
Halo.
Assalamualaikum dari Kota Cape Town.
Ada lagi tim saya. Ini di belakang layar satu orang.
Siapa tuh?
Oh ya?
Iya.
Mana?
Itu dia. Halo Mas. Halo. Cakep.
Then maybe Majda, would you like to make any comments or ask any questions? Because I heard that you said, wow, energy.
Yes, it absolutely was. Iggy, so amazing. I am so thrilled that I get to see you guys. Well, what I think is in your element. I'm just awed. It's amazing to have seen you do this, and I can only imagine what kind of practice it takes to be so good.
Yes. Egy, dia bilang luar biasa. Dia senang sekali ada kesempatan untuk bisa nonton kamu, kalian, dan tari luar biasa seperti ini. Dia bisa melihat kamu harus latihan sangat lama untuk untuk tari ini. Jadi dari umur apa mulai belajar tari ini? Dari kecil ya?
Ya, dari kecil.
Umur apa?
From
SD, junior school.
Junior high school.
Junior high school.
Primary. Primary. I think this is primary.
Can't imagine the balance that he has. Just spinning around.
Kapan-kapan kita kolaborasi dari Mas Revelino sama Fajar nanti. Kita bareng-bareng berangkat ke tempatnya Nusaiba ke Australia.
Tidak, aku bisa bicara.
Halo.
Bukan Australia.
Australia.
Afrika Selatan.
No,
Afrika Selatan. Afrika. Afrika Inggris.
Jadi
Afrika Selatan.
berapa kali seminggu pergi latihan?
Bagaimana?
Berapa kali latihan setiap minggu?
Untuk tampilan ini, untuk perform sekarang ini, saya latihan 2 kali.
2 kali. Untuk berapa jam?
2 jam.
Because I know he practiced twice.
Bagaimana?
So they did 2 dance practices for the show tonight for us. Terima kasih banyak.
Oke, sama-sama.
Makasih Bang Egy.
Yeah. Did you want to make any comments?
Ya mohon maaf dari sini suaranya kurang jelas, jadi menangkapnya kurang.
What is the making of the dance that you want to put across?
Oh, okay. Rivalino, can you translate that actually? What would be what would be the message that they want to translate through the dance?
Oh ya Mas Egy nih pertanyaan Mas.
Ya.
Tadi itu ada pesannya nggak? Apa pesannya?
Pesannya ada di syair lagu sebenarnya, itu tentang nasihat-nasihat.
So the message is actually inside the lyrics.
Sorry?
The message is actually inside the lyrics.
Nasihat tentang kehidupan.
Yeah. About life. Messages about life.
Yeah.
So,
like advice about life.
Advices, yeah, advices.
Yeah, nasihat. Advice about life.
What is the message? What about life? What about life?
What about life?
Nasihatnya apa itu tentang kehidupan tuh?
Bapak ini mau tahu apa pesan?
What about life?
Yeah.
Oke. Untuk syair awal itu kan ada lentera Jawa ya, namanya lentera Jawa. Jadi main lentera. Jadi kayak lentera kalau dinyalakan di dalam rumah itu, lentera itu lampu zaman dulu yang dari api, yang pakai api, semacam lilin lah.
Lampu petroma.
Ya, itu kalau dinyalakan di dalam rumah itu kan padang di luar, terang di dalam rumah. Terus dari luar kelihatan gitu. Jadi semacam kebahagiaan yang ada di dalam rumah itu kelihatan dari memancar sampai luar rumah gitu.
Right. So earlier in the lyrics, the message is about. So imagine you have a lantern, and then you turn it on inside your house. The lights from inside the house will also illuminate a bit the outside. So if you have some kind of good things or happiness, I think he said in the inside, it will influence the outside.
Happiness.
Iya, kalau ya selain itu banyak sekali nasihat-nasihat yang terkandung di dalam pantun syair Ndolala ini. Selain itu juga tadi ada sholawat. Iya, ada sholawat itu dulunya digunakan untuk penyebaran agama Islam. Dulu.
There's also shalawat. Shalawat, is that how you say it in English? Shalawat for the
praise and blessings on the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
There's also some of that in the lyrics.
The lamp is talking about.
Yes, like in the Quran.
The lamp is actually supposed to be a guiding source. Otherwise, this is the mixture of the salawat.
Okay, so the first one is that the lamp is like a guiding star.
The lamp is the stars in the sky. Vision of is talking about. Then on the other one, the salawat, where is the proper practice of salawat?
Okay, Rivelino, sorry, could you help to translate, please? Did you hear, Papa?
Well, partially. Can you repeat that again, please?
No, so what he was saying is that the lamp is like navigation like the stars. So the sailors and people would use the stars as a form of navigation, and also there is a part. Yes, and the lamp is metaphorically speaking, like it's spoken in the Quran. Maybe you can translate that to Egi first of all, and then he has a question.
Ya, jadi Mas Egi tadi itu lenterannya itu semacam ini ya, semacam penuntun ya? Iya bukan semacam penuntun.
Iya, yang menerangi ke dalam kegelapan.
Yeah. So yeah, the lamp is, well, metaphorically speaking, is like a guiding light.
Itu di salah satu syair.
Yeah, in one of the lyrics.
Did you translate what Papa was saying, please?
I did translate that, and he said yes. You agree on that?
So then the question was of the salawat.
Yes.
How does it?
Where can we get the initial of that? We have the list of the salawat like that. We can get out of proper maybe time of it.
We want to know if the Prophet did
No,
dance.
not if it's a way. Is it any
Sorry, maybe can you speak louder and then ask the questions to Revelino and he'll try.
Revelino, what I would like to know is that can you give us any a mixture of the salawat to the dance in any previous or after the prophethood of Rasulullah wasallam? That would be very interesting to know. Maybe in what era after the prophet, maybe. Not really what era, but any way a person can maybe do reference to it like that.
So he's very interested in the reference of the how the dance is alongside the salawat. I think it's quite new
I see.
for someone in Cape Town to see a dance with salawat.
Okay.
So I think he wants to know more about how can he find out more about that, and within the history, how that come together of a salawat with dance.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's very new and very interesting.
Mas Egi, itu buat mereka ini konsep nari diiringin salawat ini lumayan baru.
Iya.
Jadi dia pengen tahu nih kalau misalnya Mas Egi punya referensi, bisa ngelihat contoh lain di mana sih gitu loh untuk salawat yang ada narinya itu.
Oh, ada di YouTube sangat banyak sekali, Mas.
Ada contoh-contoh yang bisa dikasih tahu nggak?
Boleh, banyak. Nanti bisa di-share nanti. Saya di-share di grup.
Right. Okay. Nina, did you get that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tapi
terima kasih. Bapak bilang terima kasih banyak. Dia senang
Yeah.
sekali untuk kesempatan untuk nonton ini dan dia mau belajar lebih banyak tentang sejarah dan tarian ini.
Iya, tentunya ini sholawatnya karena kalau dulu aslinya bahasa dalam Al-Quran ya, karena dulu orang Jawa itu sangat susah dalam pengucapannya, jadi sholawat ini untuk pengucapannya itu disesuaikan dengan kemampuan masyarakat Jawa dalam berbicara. Jadi tidak tidak asli bahasa sholawat itu. Jadi ada percampuran bahasa Jawa, ya.
Menyesuaikan lidahnya.
Iya.
Cinda.
Oh.
Sorry? What did Chindara say?
Hello. Hi. So maybe we will find that the pronunciation will be a little bit different because Japanese got or Indonesian or Japanese got different tongue, and how to pronounce words. So it might sounds different. And by the way, I gotta add something. So the way older people spread message, spread Islam in Indonesia, in Java, they used many kind of arts, like puppet play, and then dance and all, and singing and all, and this is one of them. You might have heard about wayang and all. They use it for spreading Islam too.
Yeah. So wayang kulit, which is shadow puppets, dance, music, there's many forms of arts in Indonesia that spread Islam actually. Terima kasih Sindara untuk ikut. So I think I'm going to share some of the links that Eggy is going to share with me so that more people that would like to know about that, I'm going to share those links. And I do have one more question though for Eggy. Eggy, waktunya saya datang ke Purworejo dengan kamu.
Ya. Okay.
Ada banyak acara dalam hutan dan tempat berbeda dan orang masuk trance. Mereka Eggy bilang sedikit tentang itu untuk orang Afrika Selatan dan lain. Sebab saya sudah ada pengalaman, tapi dalam sejarah dulu itu seperti membuat orang Belanda takut sebab mereka tidak tahu.
Tidak tahu ya.
Ya, jadi mungkin Eggy menjelaskan tentang itu.
Tentang trends atau?
Ya, sejarah waktunya dengan orang Belanda sampai sekarang.
Iya, kesenian Jawa Tengah itu untuk khususnya tari di rakyat ini salah satu tari kesenian rakyat itu pasti tidak jauh dari berhubungan dengan roh leluhur. Jadi arwah-arwah leluhur itu. Seperti kuda lumping, itu dalam pertunjukannya pasti ada trance. Dolala juga ada trance. Cuman kalau dolala trance-nya itu lebih teratur. Jadi ketika di dalam panggung itu dolala trance-nya itu kayak dijadwal itu satu-satu gitu. Berapa tarian terus trance, satu orang penari seperti itu. Dan biasanya yang kerasukan itu jadi arwah meminjam raga manusia itu biasanya dirasuki dan menyampaikan nasihat-nasihat untuk orang-orang yang masih hidup seperti itu. Jadi ada keterlibatan antara arwah leluhur yang sudah ya sebenarnya bukan arwah sih tapi semacam jin ya kan jin yang memasuki manusia tapi jin itu jin Islam jadi menyampaikan nasihat-nasihat kepada manusia yang masih hidup itu.
Okay. So
Silakan Mas.
maybe Revelino can help you translate.
Yeah. So basically, so many forms of art in Javanese are related to the spirit of predecessors, and in many places they have trance state, trance condition inside the arts, but especially for Dalalak, Egi was saying that the trance state is a bit more organized. I don't know how they do that, but so for example, in the stage, it will happen like the trance state will happen to each person one by one. So not all of them, but one by one. But then Egi also explained, but he thinks probably it's not the spirit of predecessors. It's more of a genie. Jinn that enters the body, that borrows the human body, the dancer's body, and then they start to give advice about life in that trance state.
Yeah. And then he also spoke about kuda lumping, which means the jumping horse. So they actually have a prop of a horse that they have between their legs, and they dance.
Yeah, that's one example of. Yeah, that's one example of unorganized trance.
Yeah, that one anyone can be in a trance. Yeah. Security guards. And anyone in the audience. Yeah. So yeah, they have a tradition in Java of the trance, and so it connects actually to what I was saying to you as well is that in the
Ini dulu mahasiswa.
Halo Nusaiba. Halo Nusaiba.
Of making them scared because they don't enter into a trance, and so they didn't actually know what it was about, and then they just leave them alone.
Halo, yes. Halo Nusaiba, sorry interrupt. Because we bring the children, and this time is midnight in Jakarta, so can we more so to show? Yes, because you know that. Yes, okay. That's still it's Indonesia, a woman, and in the midnight, you know that stereotype in Indonesia. Yes, I'm sorry.
No,
maybe can continue the discourse after we show.
So we are going to carry on the program now, and we are going to be watching the march dance. They are
Silakan Mas Fajar.
Oke, Mas Fajar. Silakan.
Music inspired. and then we're going to have a better week lecture. We're just setting up the sound. The group are ready to dance for us because it's almost midnight actually in Jakarta. So we're going to be starting with this beautiful Sufi dance. We call it in Indonesia, we might call it the whirling dervish. So Alum is going to be playing the backing music, and we're going to be able to enjoy this performance in North Sumatra. So we can all put our mics on silent, and then we can enjoy the performance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ulum, please stop before. Wait, Ulum. Yeah, wait a moment. Maybe introduce better
udah masuk,
before the show. Okay. Come on, Fajar.
Perkenalkan, saya Fajar Supriyadi dari Jakarta Utara. Kami dan teman-teman ada beberapa orang di belakang. Yang baju hitam namanya Indah, yang baju kuning namanya Ferdi, yang belakang Zahra. Kemudian belakang saya persis namanya Mirna, di belakang Mirna ada Anwar, di belakang Anwar ada Rianto. Kami dari Tari Sufi Jakarta Utara ingin mengenalkan dan ingin mengenalkan sedikit tentang seliput Tari Sufi. Jadi nanti ditranslate. Jadi Tari Sufi ini berasal dari Turki, dan pencetusnya itu ada dua kategori. Yang pertama Syekh Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi, terus yang kedua itu masih sahabat Abu Bakar. Silakan ditranslate.
So Fajar and his friends will do a Sufi dance, and originally this dance originated in Turkey, and basically the creators of the dance are divided into two categories. The first one is Jalaluddin Rumi, as you might have known, and the other one is the how do you say that? The Sahabat, the friends of Abu Bakar. Abu Bakar Rashidik, ya Mas? Yeah. And another one is the friend of Abu Bakar. Lanjut, Mas.
Jadi ceritanya itu Syekh Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi itu artinya dari bab, kalau nggak salah. Mau salah, maaf, karena saya belum paham betul tentang sejarah Tari Sufi. Karena buat saya pribadi, cinta nggak butuh gituan. Jadi saya langsung terjun yang lebih mengenal terjun langsung lah untuk merasakan. Jadi Syekh Maulana Jalaluddin ini keluarga itu pindah ke Turki sampai wafatnya di Turki.
So Fajar admits that he doesn't know much yet about the history of Sufi dance, but he decided to learn Sufi dance for the enjoyment, and he liked it. And from what he knows, Sheikh Jalaluddin Rumi moved permanently with his family to Turkey. Lanjut, Mas.
Ya, jadi munculnya tarian ini karena Syekh Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi itu memiliki guru yang namanya Syams Tabri.
Siapa namanya, Mas, gurunya?
Syams Tabri.
Tabri.
Iya. Syams Tabri.
Syams Tabri. Oke.
Jadi suatu ketika itu Maulana
whose name is Syams Tabri
sama gurunya meninggal.
Lanjut, Mas, lanjut dulu.
Jadi saya Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi itu meninggal oleh gurunya. Jadi kalau bahasa saya pribadi gitu, tarian ini untuk meluapkan rasa kerinduannya, gitu, rasa kesedihannya. Kalau bahasa anak muda sekarang galau. Gitu. Jadi Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi ini jalan-jalan ke suatu pasar, terus menemukan seorang pati besi kalau nggak salah. Jadi saya Maulana ini mendengar patrian besi itu yang kayak ting ting ting. Dengan sendirinya saya Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi itu berputar-putar. Berputar-putar itu karena ingin meluapkan rasa rindunya gitu, rasa kesedihannya. Konon katanya murid-murid yang menyaksikan itu saya Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi itu nari tanpa nama, seolah-olah terbang 3 hari 3 malam.
Right. So thank you, Shindra. That's the name of the Jalaluddin Rumi's teacher, Shams Tabriz. So one day, Rumi's teacher, Shams Tabriz, passed away, and Rumi was very devastated by that. And so the Sufi dance is actually his way of expressing his sadness. One day, he stumbled upon steel mason, and over the sound of the hammer of the mason, he started to dance, spinning around, and that was for him and for his students, it was a form of expressing the sadness of losing his teacher. Lanjut, Mas. Right.
Kita langsung nari, menyaksikan sama-sama.
Jatuh di kongsi ya Tuhan.
Tepuk tangan bareng. Ngumpul sini, ngumpul sini. Yuk, agak deket. Shoot semua.
Pusing nggak Mas Fajar?
Yang mikirin dunia pusing.
Mikirin utang.
Kok gue yang pusing ya? Keren Mas.
Terima kasih. Itu luar biasa.
Halo teman-teman di belakang.
Ya. Santai.
Insyaallah.
Hah? Santai. Ya, membuat saya lebih santai.
Lyrical.
And the music yang enak sekali. Pertama, itu budaya Betawi. Itu benar.
Musik Betawi.
Yeah, bagus sekali. So for the people that are not from Indonesia, the first song was from the Betawi culture. And that is a region which is north of Jakarta, in Banten, before you actually get all the way up into Banten. And Fajar, kamu orang Betawi?
Hari Suci usia 100%
Oh, I can't hear.
orang Betawi.
Dengar.
Mas Fajar suaranya agak kecil dan backgroundnya agak ribut.
Ya 100% ini.
Oh, mungkin ganti mic.
Gimana Jar?
Ya semuanya itu penari-penari kita, teman-teman kita ini semuanya mayoritas 99% orang Betawi.
Did you get that, Nina?
Kenapa saya lebih milih tari supi? Karena kebanyakan itu budaya Betawi lebih memilih kayak ondel, terus pencaksilat, kayak cinta dengan budaya saya sendiri gitu. Karena orang tua saya di guru saya itu mengajarkan kalau kita ingin lebih maju, kita jangan hanya bisa membuat kopi, tapi lebih membuat yang lain-lainnya. Jadi saya pribadi suatu kebanggaan untuk budaya Betawi gitu. Yang saya ketahui itu penari sufi yang mayoritas orang-orang Betawi itu hanya di sini. Saya kebetulan 1 bulan yang lalu itu saya roadshow bareng Debu sama Naam Grupo itu keliling Jawa Timur sama Jawa Barat kalau nggak salah. Ya,
Biar ditranslate.
Oh,
bisa ditranslate.
Yeah, so for,
Yeah, because
for the non-Indonesian speakers,
clear for me to hear. It's quite muffled.
yeah, quite muffled. So for the non-Indonesian speakers, Fajar was saying that he's 99% of his team are from Betawi, and he takes pride of being a Betawi person, and he loves his culture. His parents once taught him that if you want to move forward, you cannot just copy, you have to create original stuff. And 1 month ago, actually, he did a tour with quite a big, let's say, religious music group called The Boo in Indonesia. Probably Nina has heard the name. And he did a tour with them around Jakarta, Central Java, and West Java. Lanjut, Mas.
Lanjut.
Ya, jadi suatu kebanggaan ya buat kita semua, khususnya yang budaya Betawi. Karena kalau ingin kita lebih berkembang, ingin lebih maju, kita harus mencoba dari lain daripada yang lain. Kalau di Betawi itu udah punya banyak silat atau tari ondel-ondel atau sebagainya, kita harus yang lainnya gitu, jangan sama mereka, karena sesuatu yang condong itu sesuatu yang lain.
So Fajar was saying that if you want to make a progress, then he would choose to do another form of art that is not really common among Betawi people. For example, Betawi people now have ondel-ondel, and that's very common. So, but he decided to take a quite more unique form of art, which is what he's doing now. Mas Fajar, itu ngomong-ngomong ada pertanyaan tuh dari Sinda. Itu emang sering pakai background musik Betawi kah?
Iya.
Iya.
Oh sering.
Sorry, gue ngomong sorry Mas.
Sorry, saya kalau habis nari kadang diajak ngomong itu kurang nyatu gitu, kurang klop.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Itulah.
So he's apologizing because usually after he did the dance, it's not really adjusted yet to talk.
Thinking.
Which makes sense.
Thinking and talking.
Mas Rivel.
Yes.
Saya boleh nambahin nggak?
Apa? Silakan Mas, silakan.
Saya boleh nambahin nggak? Oke, Bang Fajar, salam kenal. Saya dari Muhammad. Ya, saya juga main musik Turki kebetulan. Jadi kalau setahu saya di Turki itu tarian sufi itu disebutnya sema. Nama lainnya adalah sema atau dervish. Nah, Bang Fajarnya sendiri penarinya disebutnya semazen. Biasanya juga diiringi oleh ney. Ney itu suling sufi. Ney dan seorang nezen itu dia akan menjaga, dia tidak akan bermain lagu selain lagu-lagu yang ilahiler atau lagu-lagu yang lagu Islami gitu ya. Salah satu contoh dari lagu pengiring sufi biasanya adalah judulnya Dondum Melwana Gibi, berputar seperti Maulana. Jadi lagu sufi, tarian sufi ini sebenarnya sama seperti bumi berputar. Bumi itu condong, nggak tegak lurus tapi miring. Dan tubuh kita, bumi itu sepertiganya air, dan manusia juga sepertiganya air. Tangan kanannya menerima rahmat, tangan kirinya mengucurkan rahmat. Jadi seperti itu yang setahu saya. Mudah-mudahan bisa berguna.
Amin.
Sepanjang pengetahuan saya pernah ngobrol sama Semajen seperti itu. Jadi intinya adalah tidak ada masalah dimainkan seperti apapun dengan musik apapun menurut saya, karena intinya dari hati kita berputar seperti bumi berzikir kepada Allah gitu.
Iya.
Kalau untuk musik, kalau saya pribadi itu di sini nggak mewajibkan musik-musik religi atau musik-musik nuansa-nuansa Islami yang lainnya gitu. Ada yang pernah tanya di sini, musiknya harus pakai apa aja gitu. Ya saya jawab, musiknya itu nggak selalu yang bernuansa Islami atau yang dari Turki atau Arab-Araban yang lain-lainnya. Saya bilang musik-musik diskotik juga boleh buat kita nari gitu. Nah terus musik itu hanya cuman zohirnya gitu, intisarinya itu zikirnya buat Gusti Allah gitu.
Translate Mas.
Oke.
Translate Mas.
Right, that's quite a lot to translate. So Muhammad here, he's a musician. He's playing Turkish music, and he did some conversations with Sufi dancers from Turkey, dari Turkey ya Mas ya, from Turkey, and they are usually called semazen. That's the
dancer. The dancer called semazen.
Semazen, yes.
The dance is sema.
So the concept of this spinning around actually related to the rotation of the Earth itself, and it's quite similar. So he's saying that the Earth is not really straight, right? It's a bit tilted. It's a bit tilted to the side, and that's how and that's how it applies to the dance. And 1/3 of Earth is water, and 1/3 of human's body is water. And the point of the dance is not actually the music itself, but it's the zikir, the praising of the name of Allah, and that's why for Fajar himself, he does not put weight on which music he should choose. He can dance to any music, even some modern dance music probably, because the point is actually while you do it, you praise the name of Allah. I hope I translated that correctly.
Yes, I think
Thank
so.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mas Rivalina. Thank you.
And I do think there's definitely the connection with the water. Because if you think of when water goes in clockwise or anti-clockwise, naturally, isn't it?
Yeah, gimana tuh Mas? Putarannya, hubungannya jarum jam, berlawanan dengan jarum jam. Coba, yang tadi putaran soal apa airnya.
Puternya.
Kita kalau nari itu melawan arah jarum jam, kayak seperti layar pos.
Ya.
Ke kiri.
Ke kiri, oke.
And it's the tangan kanan lebih tinggi dan kiri di bawah.
Kiri.
Is it like this? Seperti ini?
Atas, terus yang kiri nadanya ke bawah. Seperti ini. Yang kanan ini memuntah, yang kiri ini setelah udah diberikan sama Gusti Esa, ya kita membagikan lewat kiri, maka dia membaca.
Okay, so that's the concept. There you go. So this hand receives, this hand gives. You know, that's the concept.
Satu lagi Mas Rivel.
Yes.
Tambahan aja biar kita semua sama-sama saling tahu ya, pengetahuan sama. Topinya juga ya Mas Fajar ya. Topinya itu kalau nggak salah semacam untuk apa? Menandakan sama seperti batu nisan kalau nggak salah, menandakan kematian seperti itu.
Oh gitu.
Termasuk ini warna putih ini ya melambangkan seperti kain kafan.
Oh, jadi itu mengingatkan kita pada kematian gitu maksudnya.
Betul.
Oh. So also the props, the clothing, it should remind us of death, you know, because the white color represents the fabric that used by Muslims when they wrap the dead body, and then the hat itself, it symbolizes the, how do you say that, obituary stone? Yeah. So the carved stone on the obituary, you know. Did you get that?
No, sorry, what's that?
So
what does it symbolize?
The hat symbolizes the obituary stone, you know.
Oh, you mean the black stone of the Kaaba?
No, the obituary stone. When people die, you bury them, and then you put a stone and carve the name. So that's what it represents. So it should remind you of death.
Yeah. Oh, just.
Tari Sufi nggak mau jelas. Tari Sufi wes mau jelas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zikr is the remembrance of God, of Allah, and of death.
Yes.
Certainly.
Baik, Mas Fajar, terima kasih banyak, keren.
Ya, terima
Mas.
kasih banyak. Luar biasa.
Ya, mungkin saya ada tambahan ya terkait Tari Sufi Jakarta Utara. Jadi komunitas ini terbentuk sejak 2016. Biasanya Tari Sufi itu kan part of the Torikoh or mystic fight order gitu, like that. So sebenarnya kita di luar dari Torikoh, terutama Torikoh Maulawiyah. Biasanya kalau Torikoh Maulawiyah, tari Sufi itu digunakan sebagai pengiring untuk membaca puisi-puisinya Rumi sekitar 5 jilid lah kalau sekarang dicetak dalam bahasa Persia. Jadi kita tidak ikut Torikoh, jadi kita cuma untuk memberi kebahagiaan lah kepada teman-teman kita yang di kampung ini loh. Cinta itu kayak gini melalui tarian gitu. Jadi kita tidak harus mengikuti Torikoh. Kadang banyak pertanyaan dari teman-teman kita yang lain, mengapa kok nggak ikut Torikoh? Mengapa tari ini harusnya masuk dalam Torikoh? Tapi menurut sanadnya, jadi guru kami Pak Budi dari Semarang, beliau juga berkunjung ke Turki, terus dia mursyid di sana, dan beliau bilang tidak perlu ikut Torikoh untuk anak-anak. Jadi ya cinta bebas saja kita, tidak pakai harus ikut baiat atau Torikoh gitu, Mas. Makasih.
So he's saying that originally Sufi dance groups are included in some sort of mystic order called Torikoh Maulawiyah. Maulawiyah ya Mas ya? Torikoh Maulawiyah. And usually this mystic order is accompanying the reading of poetries by Rumi. But this North Jakartan Sufi dance group are not categorizing themselves as to be inside that group, so they prefer to be more free. This is actually their way in, let's say, transferring happiness to the people around them. And I suspect is to transfer the happiness to people around where they live. So, like saying, "This is love," and you can translate love into dancing, and that's the concept that they use. So they are not into the mystic order, but more into the art itself.
Terima kasih.
Right.
Ada komen lagi? Does anyone want to make any comments or ask any questions? I am happy for Julie, who is a professional dancer and choreographer from New York State. I'm not sure. I don't see your audio, your video on, but maybe you might want to make any comments, even about the Dulala dance, as well as obviously the Sufi dance too. But I'm happy for you to maybe comment at all if you like, Julie, because I'm sure you found the Dulala dance quite interesting as well.
Yeah, thank you to all the performers. It's very touching, the quality and richness of sharing, and so unlikely to pull it off. I feel as a mover dancer, somehow not really full of questions, but just opening to receiving the body movement, communication, and the music from where I sit, where I sit from where you sit, and move. The richness and the diversity of life is so apparent in this offering. And I think one thing that touches me is just this comment of getting together to rehearse or to practice as a way of life. With togetherness, and that the face of performance can be so brief, but the life behind the performance is so much bigger than the little window we see. And I just appreciate the sharing and the power of the culture to communicate across as you were saying about the ancestor and generation. But I had one question about the bagpipes, I think.
Yes. hit me.
Because I thought of two things. One is I was thinking of there's a saxophone player here in the United States who does circular breathing, which is just going, not having to pause to inhale again. And this instrument does this circular breathing, but through this.
Yes.
Which I just, this movement but making an instrument that will breathe for you while you're also breathing in your performance was really fun to watch. And then I wondered if the material of the breathing boxes, what they are made of, actually.
Yeah. So my instrument here is made of the wood is blackwood, African blackwood, and the metal is how do you say that? The metal is brass. Sorry, brass. And and the bag itself is made of goat skin, but I think they're not making it from goat skin again. It's synthetic now because this one is quite old, few years ago.
Yeah.
And it has a tube here that connects the bellows to the bag. So and it has a valve that prevents the air from flowing back to the bellows. Yeah, so that's how it. Actually, the bellows are just pumping the air. That's it. The difficult part is actually here on the bag, because you have to control it. While Scottish bagpipes only have 1 octave, only have 9 notes, Eland pipes have full 2 octaves, 24 notes. So the power of this hand right here really controls what octaves you're playing on. Yeah, so you have to release the pressure a bit, push it a bit, just to, So I have a bigger muscle here than here. Yeah.
So interesting. Thank you.
Rivelino?
Yes.
Your voice is very quiet for me.
Really?
But could you maybe help to translate what Julie was saying with her appreciation for the movement of the body and
Okay.
I don't know if you can remember and try and translate some of the things for,
Yeah, I
for
remember the big picture.
people.
Jadi untuk teman-teman di Indonesia, tadi Julie itu ngomong kalau dia sangat menghargai acara ini dan dia itu merasa kalau di balik layar kecil yang sedang kita lihat ini itu layar yang kecil yang menampilkan gerakan-gerakan tadi, tapi di balik layar yang kecil itu ada sesuatu yang jauh lebih besar gitu. Dia sangat menghargai gimana kita bisa ngumpul bareng, terutama yang penari-penari nih yang latihannya per grup gitu. Dan dia kagum bagaimana seni yang dimainin itu bisa berkomunikasi antar apa ya, di antara tempat yang jauh lah, di antara kita dari kita duduk ke tempat dia duduk dan sebaliknya, semacam itu. Ya, Nina.
Terima kasih. Julie, I don't know if you wanted to share anything on the platform today.
Oh.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, aren't I? I'm just providing the opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe you have something that you'd like to share.
I could share a poem, if that seems good. Might take me though just a moment to find it. And I can say yeah. Okay, I found it. And
go. Okay.
I cannot speak Bahasa Indonesia. I forgot anything that I knew, but I wrote this for a teacher in Surakarta.
Siapa? Oh, sorry. Which teacher?
Oh, yeah. Suprapto Suryadharmo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a
He
feeling
was
then.
my
Okay.
movement
Jadi
teacher.
Julie tidak bisa berbicara bahasa Indonesia dan sedikit lupa semua kosakata, tetapi dia menulis puisi untuk koreografer dan penari Suprapto datang dari Surakarta. Ya, dia belajar dengan dia tahun 2016. Was it 2016 or 2017? Sorry. Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Tahun
Yeah.
2016 sampai 2017, Julie tinggal di kota Surakarta dan belajar dengan Pak Prato.
Yeah. In his memory. Okay. So it's in
Yeah.
English. I'll just read in English. So, okay.
Yes.
A man who may have just weathered the Atlantic Ocean pulls his boat up on the shore. We are miles from the coast on an inland lake. A mast sticks up from the floor of his canoe, a sail wrapped tightly to the boom. A tattered red ribbon flies bright in the sun. Dari mana? From where do you come? Do you sail with a sense of destination or something else? From the mouth of the creek, that point where I am stopped, he approaches again, this time standing, a paddle in his hands, powering into the opening into the current as it empties to the main body. Blue pontoons, rudders nestled to the flanks, of this turquoise and gliding vessel, the water so clear, a reflection of one tree interlocks and flows with the shadow of one other, a woven mirror in organic green and crystal blue. From the middle of this broad stream mouth, he calls out tales of the way he likes to live his life, his rig, and what he digs.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Julie.
That sounds really nice.
So for those that don't know, maybe you want to share a little bit about this legend that passed away, that so many people should be able to know and appreciate.
Suprapto had a school in Solo called Lemaputi. His daughter is Malati Suryodharmo. She's a performance artist in Solo also. And he was a teacher in Java, very much organizer in the culture, and also an international teacher of free movement, sort of tari meditasi, sort of like this. So this is why I went to Indonesia, was this tari meditasi style of gerak, yeah, free movement. And
is it called Amerta?
Amerta.
Amerta movement?
Yeah. Gerak Amerta. Yeah. More in movement than in dance, but he comes also from traditional dance as well.
Yeah, what always struck me about this style was how closely it linked with nature and being very conscious about energy and flow, basically connecting to the unseen, like being in his presence. You can really feel that he experiences the inward within you when he is in your presence, and also the unseen that is around in the environment. It's almost like a spiritual, sacred dance.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
Thank you, Julie.
Is there anyone else that would like to share? Majda, would you like to share anything?
Hi,
Majda?
sorry, man.
Hi. Hi.
came
I just thought I'd
back-
give you the opportunity if you'd like to share anything.
I'm sorry. I'm just a bit emotional now. My bunny gave birth, so I missed a little bit of. But the baby is dead, so I'm just a little emotional now. It's our first pregnancy. Sorry. I was keeping the earphones in so that I could hear the translation of the Sufi dance, the symbolism that comes behind the costumes they were wearing. That part I got. For me, that was the first thing I thought, without even realizing that I was correct in what I was looking at, and it was it was really nice to see all those vibrant colors. I love vibrant colors, but the fact that it symbolizes death is something to remember as well. So it's been quite an eye-opener for me this evening to see and the interpretations and to get a different perspective on Islam. It's been amazing. So thank you everyone for your contributions, especially you, Nusaiba, for you organizing all of this.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining.
Thanks.
Shall I translate, Rivelino, or would you like to translate any for the Indonesians? Sorry.
Ya, untuk teman-teman tadi Mas Dah ngomong kalau sebenarnya dia juga sudah berpikir kalau yang tari sufi tadi itu warna-warna di pakaiannya itu melambangkan sesuatu. Cuma pada akhirnya ketika dia tahu bahwa warna-warna itu melambangkan supaya kita ingat kematian, itu hal yang baru buat dia. Itu seperti membuka matanya dia dan untuk melihat dari perspektif yang berbeda soal
gimana sih nyalain
Islam.
matinya mana apa mau nyalain dengerin aja gue kita ngurusin gimana sih nyala mati
Ya itu tadi
ini loh kekencet dulu ini loh Nah, ini apa nyala mati?
Ya, halo Bung Fajar.
Ya, Bang. Reguin. Siap. Lagi error tadi. Mati nyala.
Tadi si Mas Da itu ngomong kalau tadi dengar nggak sih ke Mas Da ngomong kalau dari setelah ngelihat tari sufi itu kedengeran nggak suara gue kedengeran nggak? Ya jadi setelah ngelihat tari sufi itu tadinya memang dia berpikir kalau warna-warna yang dipakai itu ngelambangin sesuatu. Cuman dia pada akhirnya agak kaget ternyata itu yang dilambangin itu supaya kita ingat sama kematian gitu loh. Jadi buat dia itu sesuatu perspektif baru yang ngebuka mata dia untuk ngelihat Islam dari sisi lain gitu. Itu yang disampaikan tadi.
Ya, dan membuat dia nangis.
Iya, bikin dia nangis juga sih tadi.
Terima kasih, Rivelino.
Lagi nggak kedengar.
Kalau penari juga kebetulan waktu itu ada yang nangis sambil nari.
Oh gitu.
Ya.
Wow.
Saking hatinya mungkin udah terasa lah gitu. Dengan sendirinya dia nangis tanpa buat-buat. Saya pribadi itu yang ngalamin.
Okay.
Yeah. He says that he cries when he does the dance sometimes too, right?
Yeah. And once
that's his experience.
Once there was also a girl in his group, and she was also started crying one time when she.
I can't hear your voice, Revelino.
How about now?
A little bit better. It's quite quiet.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he did cry a few times, and there was a girl once in his group too. She also once started crying when she was doing the dance. So it happens to a couple of them.
Yeah, part of the experience. Yeah. So I wonder now if Rivelino, you could do another piece on the accordion.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know that you had some more pieces to share, and then we obviously did a bit of a break, and we can come back to you now. But also, Revelino, can you ask them to make me host, because I've asked quite a few times now, and they haven't made me co-host.
Mas Ulum
And I don't know
boleh,
who it is.
Mas Ulum boleh bikin Nusaibah host lagi nggak?
Siapa?
Boleh bikin Nusaibah host nggak? Jadi host.
Siap. Wait.
Terima kasih.
Matur suwun.
Terima kasih.
You're welcome.
So, Revelino, for the people that were not here before, the first piece you played in the accordion, which culture did that come from again? Sorry?
That's from Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah, actually
Okay.
Yeah, the composition is called Oblivion, created by Astor Piazzolla. Actually, it's a slow tango. Usually it's played with an orchestra backing. That if you hear it, if you listen to it with an orchestra backing, that you would know, that you would realize that it's a tango. But because it's just a solo instrument, so it feels more sad. Yeah.
Actually, the person that was here with me, he said he felt it was very romantic.
Yeah. It should
like
be
a
romantic.
like a love song.
Yeah. Also, that's not the impression that I get from the title, right? Oblivion. But it does sound romantic, yeah.
Cool. And so, what pieces would you like to play now?
I can play one more piece on the accordion. The one from Italy.
Beautiful. For my heritage. Thank you.
Yes, it's from the southern part of Italy.
Woohoo! Mafia.
Yeah, so Italy has, I think you would call it some kind of traditional village-ish songs. They usually call it tarantella. And this one that I will play is from Napoli. So it's a tarantella napoletana. And it's actually featured in the movie The Godfather. But I don't really remember which part. Should I play it now?
Yeah, boleh.
Right. Mas Ulum boleh taruh di itu nggak, tengah nggak?
Siap.
Siap, terima kasih. Ini tarantella dari Itali.
Brava, brava.
Yeah,
Evelina, thank you. You cheered me up.
Yeah, that one's from Italy.
And Evelino.
Yep.
Would you like to play one of your own pieces? I know you
My
said
own?
that you normally play with a band.
Yeah.
But just wonder if you would like to share one of your original pieces.
I would love to, but I can't because my original pieces I played with pipes, and it's midnight now, so
Yeah.
I can't do that for now.
Okay, but can you? But you have to play Sekali Lagi. Like you can't just end it there. You do. Feels like you do at least need to play one more song, whatever it is.
Okay, let me try.
Wouldn't you agree, everyone? Sekali lagi,
I
ya?
could.
Satu lagi.
I could. This is,
yeah?
Well, I have to let you know that this is not my main instrument now. Mostly I play with that. So you might find some sloppy playing in it. This one is from France. From a movie, also from a movie. The composer is Jan Tiersen. It's from the Amélie Poulain. And this one is La Valse d'Amélie. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, where's my... Thank you very much. Does that come from the film Amélie?
Yeah, Amélie Poulain, yes.
I love that film.
Yeah, the quintessence of indie movies back in the days.
Thank you very much.
You're
Thank you very
welcome,
much. Where are you performing again soon? Would you like to tell us about any events that you have coming up?
For now, no. I just had a private video gig with the embassy last week, but I think not in the near future.
Okay.
But if you guys are interested, you can check my YouTube. It's
yes. How do we find you?
I have a duet, an instrumental duet. We mostly play in Celtic music. The band is called Wofton. It's Wofton. Wofton. And we're on
Okay,
YouTube.
you can write it in the chat so that people can find the
Right.
name of your band and your links. Mhm.
So Wofton is my duet. We play in Celtic music, and Hawk Tactic is actually my solo project, but it has nothing to do with accordion and pipes because it's kind of the ambient pop side of me, a bit melancholic side of me, Hawk Tactic. Yeah, if you have the time, would appreciate it if you can visit the link, them in YouTube.
Okay, so it's just that one you want to share because I know you're in a few groups.
Yeah, the other one is the other one is in this industrial rock, experimental rock, but in that band.
Oh, Mohammed likes punk here.
Right. Okay. So I'll. That's the name of the band. We play experimental rock, industrial rock. But in that band, I play the guitar.
Did you write it in the group? Because I don't see it.
Wait. For everyone, please.
Oh, I see. Sorry,
I don't think I see it. Oh, here we go. Wolfton. Hawk Tactic. Hawk Tactic.
Hawk Tactic, yes. And Lunarian. Lunarian is the rock
Cool,
band.
I can see it now.
Yeah, Hawk Tactic is my solo project.
Okay.
If you like listening to musicians like Bon Iver or Sigur Rós maybe, then probably you would like Hawk Tactic.
Okay, cool. You can share that in Indonesian too, so that all the Indonesians can
Ya, Mas kalau misalnya
know
mau
about your work.
Mas misalnya tertarik nih mau cek karya gua tuh ada tuh Wofton itu yang duet instrumental main Celtic. Hawk Tactic itu solo project.
You're right.
Solo project di ambient pop gitu deh. Kalau Lunarian band rock. Ya itu 3 project itu.
Cool.
Yeah. That's it for me, Nina, I guess.
Yeah, terima kasih banyak.
Sama-sama.
Is there anyone else that would like to share before we wrap up? Because we've had a lot of sharing from different people. Ada orang ingin bagaikan seni atau komen? Maybe someone wants to share anything, any poetry or any comments? PO22, who is that? Is that Adam?
Yes, I just want to say thank you for the music.
Okay. I was wondering who you are. Okay, great.
Yes, that's a little dark. Oh, that's a bit dark.
Yes. Great.
Thank you for the music.
Thanks for coming.
And the dancing. Yes, thank you.
Did you see the dance? Did you see the Dula
Yes,
dance?
Yes, the circular dance.
Okay,
Was
the
it?
Sufi dance. But you didn't see the Dula dance?
No, missed
the
that.
yellow
We were swimming with the seals today, so I missed that.
Okay. So Eggy, Raiden Eggy here, him and his group did the dance. So I can share the video with you later.
That would be great.
Yep, and then I I can share whatever questions you have with him or any comments. Egi, Adam, dia orang Afrikaans, keturunan
Yeah.
orang Belanda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tetapi dia tidak bisa melihat tarian kamu. Tetapi saya akan kirim video
Yeah.
dan kita bisa berbicara lagi. Mungkin menarik untuk Adam.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll send it to you later, Adam, and then
Does he understand
we
Afrikaans?
had a little bit of a chat about the history and stuff.
Yes, he understands Afrikaans, does he? A little bit?
No, just Indonesian and Japanese.
Indonesian. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's
I
great.
let him know. I wanted him to know that you are descendant of the Dutch here, just to create that, you know, that link.
Yes.
Because he's quite interested.
Yes. And also Greek, yes.
And Greek, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Would you like to share
Thanks.
anything?
I like to enjoy music. I haven't played. I've got to learn to play music. That's one of my things I still need to do. To
Okay.
learn
So
the
can you
guitar.
play anything?
Yeah.
Can you play any instruments?
No, I used to play, but I struggled a bit with the violin because it was classical. So it was a little bit challenging to play classical. So I stopped with that. I was
Okay.
reading music, and yeah, it became difficult.
It's not
But
an
I
easy
enjoy this.
instrument. My sister tried to learn that, made a lot of noise.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of work. But reading music is challenging, and orchestral stuff, you know, it's But I was
Yeah,
enjoying
I
the
played
French
in an
music. Was it
orchestra
French?
with oh sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I played
In
in
an
an
orchestra?
orchestra with the trumpet.
You play trumpet?
Okay.
Yes, I play the trumpet. Yeah, my trumpet is in Indonesia at the moment.
Right.
But yeah,
Okay.
I used to play in an orchestra.
It's also challenging.
Okay, that's beautiful. Sometimes I like it, but I like different styles. Like he was talking about the bands he mentioned. I think it was Sigur Rós
Yeah,
from
Sigur Rós.
Scandinavia.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
them. They're from Iceland.
From
Iceland.
Iceland.
Yeah.
Iceland. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they are
That's
lovely.
great.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of mix of music. I've loved a lot of different styles of music that I've collected.
But the main type that you
Thanks.
like is the one like Sigur Rós.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Revelino, we
Yeah.
can't hear you. It's very quiet, your voice.
How about now? Is it
Little
better?
bit. Still quite quiet.
All right, I need to crank it up. And now?
Yes, there we go.
Okay.
Did you want to share something?
No, actually, I was just asking Adam if the type of music that he likes the most is the type like Sigur Rós's music.
And
so
and
Adam,
also
did they have a
and also Icelandic music. I enjoy Icelandic music as well.
Oh, yeah, they have some really nice bands.
They have a band called Monsters
Of
Monsters and Men.
And Men, yes. Yes.
And other ones as well. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. They have some big names like Björk of Monsters and Men, Sigur Rós, Bell and Sebastian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But actually, I have a slightly different question about the language Afrikaans, because
Yes.
the only reference that I have about Afrikaans is Trevor Noah and Loyiso Gola, stand-up comedians. But I was curious that Afrikaans, it's spelled with double A, right, in the back, Afrikaans.
Yes.
So did that come from the Dutch language? Does it have anything to do with, I don't know, probably some kind of transformation that adapted by the...
They say it's the youngest language. It only started in, I think it was 1930, I think. Was it?
Oh, okay.
Or somewhere around there. And it came from the Dutch, but it's closest to Flemish.
Flemish?
Flemish. Mm. So I can read the Flemish.
Sorry, is Flemish the one from
That's
somewhere in the Middle East?
Belgium.
Belgium.
Belgian one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the type of Dutch that you have in Belgium.
I see.
Yeah.
But there are different types of Afrikaans. So Majda Hendrik, she speaks Afrikaans too, but there's like a Cape Malay style of Afrikaans, and predating that date, there's a lot more Unguni languages and different African languages within the first type of Afrikaans that was spoken, because it was the language of the oppressed, if you like. So it was the language that was between the Portuguese, the German, the English, the Dutch, the Africans that came from South Africa and other African countries, as well as the Indonesian. So the Cape Townian way of speaking Afrikaans will have a lot of Indonesian words in it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Abdul Aziz wants to say anything about that, or even Majda. But there's a difference between the Afrikaans of Dutch roots and then the Afrikaans of the Cape Malay, which are the ancestors of the Indonesians.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about that, because
Greek and Afrikaans.
Yes,
Sorry.
Yes, I ever hear that the ancestor from the Madagascar come from Indonesia.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Madagascar too.
But I would never thought that the language transferred to some parts of South Africa would have some Indonesian words in it, because, well, honestly, I would say that people in Indonesia, we don't really have that much information about South Africa except from Disney, movies, and probably for the more sophisticated types, probably from comedies. And so we only know languages like Afrikaans, Swahili, Zulu, and the one Xhosa. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Xhosa and Zulu. Yep.
Yeah, and
yep.
But the language that you said just now, Unguni.
Unguni, yeah. So that's
Unguni.
the Black African languages of South Africa. But obviously, they migrated from north and down. So it's a language. It's a language chain that actually, since I've been learning isiXhosa, there's actually a lot of similarities with Indonesian. The letter combination of the NG and the NY, and some of the words are the same, but I still need to learn more about the language. But for example, hamba, but it has a different meaning. Hamba means to go, but obviously it has a different meaning in Indonesian. It means slave. But the fact that I keep the more that I learn the language and hear people, there's actually some sounds and letter combinations and grammar and words that are similar to Indonesian. But also one of the of why the Indonesian language has so much of an influence on Afrikaans is because the Indonesians are the ones that worked in the kitchens and the maids in the house. So they were, and also they drove the horse and the cart and the tailors and the crafts. So they had quite an essential role in communicating between the different groups of people.
Oh, so that's why. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it has a very
Yeah,
big
got it.
influence on the food. There's a lot of traditional foods which are quite unique, and they mix Indonesian recipes, but with the local ingredients and herbs that are available here. So like there's more coriander, and they would change some of the ingredients. But it has that, they have that same sweet tooth. You know, the
Yep.
so there'd be like sweet things within it, and these unusual combination of flavors which are so unique that you know that they must come from Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? That kind of
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
and sweet and yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it was brought by the people. The first people who spoke Indonesian in South Africa are the people who dwell in daily business, daily life. So the language spread. That's what you mean? In that way.
Yes, and that they would communicate
Yeah.
whatever households they're in with the language that they speak.
Mm.
But that's
Kind of-
part of how which developed and how it is one of the newest languages.
Yeah.
Because it's actually the cultural infusion of people that came
Yeah.
together.
Kind of reminds me of how the modern English was created by the mix of German people and influenced heavily by the French when they won the war. And then the words start exchanging. That's why you have, for example, cow and beef, pig and pork. Is that quite similar with the process?
And which place? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
The story of the language, that language, the Cape Malay Afrikaans. It reminds me a bit of the story of how the modern English was made. You know, it was a mix of a bit of the Old English plus Germanic language, and then influenced heavily by the French when they won the war. So that's why you have two words: the one that you cultivate in the farm and the one that you put on the table. Is that quite similar with the story?
I suppose in context, though, point of view.
I'm sorry. Saya mau mundur dulu dari Zoom.
Oke, Mas. Terima kasih.
Oke.
Terima kasih banyak.
Terima
Oke,
kasih.
terima kasih.
Kapan-kapan siapa tahu bisa kolaborasi.
Siap.
Ya.
Oke, selamat malam semuanya. Kalian luar biasa. The best.
Selamat malam, sama-sama, Mas.
Makasih, Mas.
Makasih.
Ngomong.
Terima kasih.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't know if you want to make any comments about the language, Abdulaziz. Do you want to make any comments about Afrikaans? Okay. Okay, so you're going to have to speak up though if you speak. Okay, so you can put this on because the mic on the computer is not very. You can't hear it. So I'm going to give you these. Yeah, you just have to speak.
speak. Okay. Speak.
Okay, hi guys. A clarity on the Afrikaans language that we as the Malays and the colors of Cape Town really got to be knowledgeable about. It started actually where we can say that from the pioneers that there was the Dutch. I'm talking about the color, and I'm not referring to the Dutch Afrikaans that we are, but we're talking about the language that was inculcated into the homes of the Malays, the Muslims, and the colors in the Western Cape, particularly, not into the other parts of South Africa, only the Cape, which is Cape Town, or Western Cape, and that came when the spiritual leaders like Tuan Guru, Tuan Yusuf, and Nur Mubin, and Syed Sheikh, and Matebe, and all those spiritual guys that we call the Karamats or the Awliyas, came via countries of Indonesia, Java, Malaysia, and all of those, where they were sent down to the Cape as a walk around people, or else, or they were sent them down to be as slaves also, most of them. But from them, we got like nice to hear this old terms. They don't use it much in Cape Town, but terima kasih, la barang, kaparang, it comes all from you people. So we in the Western Cape, we would rather say that we integrated the language, and we call it Kombuis Afrikaans. Kombuis Afrikaans means we brought our own slang into the talking of the language. So we don't speak proper Afrikaans. We can if we want to, but we don't. We'll say, okay, KG, kan jy dinge vir my aangee and so on, you know what I'm saying? Can you pass it on to me? So we got a different way of talking the language. But it's quite funny, and it's nice. We understand it good and very well. But the language, the language isn't like original from the Dutch unto us, but it's actually by spiritual leaders that came to the Cape for different reasons. And that's why the Malays and the Cape Colours, they got a unique dialect, and that is just totally a total unique dialect that they've got. They don't have it in P, they don't have it in Durban, they don't have it in Bloemfontein or Johannesburg, just in the Cape. That's why we got still the Malay choir here. We still got the Malay choir ever since that time. But anyway, I hope that brings a little bit of light. It's not everything, but time is of a factor here, because I believe it's like 12 o'clock at night. That time, your time, I can see Paulino is already tired. Okay, guys, I hope that put some little bit of light to the subject. Thanks.
So that they prefer speaking the slang instead of the official one. That is very Indonesian.
Well, I would rather say that it's actually a language, because we might say that it's slang only if we compare it to the Dutch descendants, but they're both different languages and have a different history. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yes.
Like, what's the difference between a dialect and a language?
Well,
it's about power and politics, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be. I think it could be more than that.
Like batik of Nelson Mandela is influencing your country. Batik, whereby
You know
Nelson
the fabric.
Mandela.
Do you remember the fabric batik?
Batik.
Japanese fabric.
Yeah. But
Usually,
you know what? Most South Africans don't know that those batik shirts come from Indonesia. Even today, I was at a institution and no one there knew that Nelson Mandela's shirts came from Indonesia. So there's a big knowledge gap in the South African history of the connection with Indonesia.
Yes. And South Africa may be the place of exile years ago by colonial when some rebellion from Indonesia.
Yeah, I think that might be the case too.
Yes. Exiling to South Africa.
Sorry, what was the comment?
Well, South Africa was. He said that South Africa was probably the place for exile. Yeah, from Indonesia.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's what Papak was saying, that down, what do you say? I've forgotten how to say. Oh, Ahad.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Arabic.
De la
No?
Pampalas Ahad.
Yeah.
The 18th century. Ahad, yeah? Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't really
So-
say Ahad in Indonesia because Ahad. I think Ahad is Arabic. Actually, we might say that in a few occasions. We might. But
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so what we would say political fighters, the leaders of the army, princes, people of different influence of Indonesia who were standing up against the Dutch, they could not be killed because of their high status. They were incarcerated, like in Cirebon, there's a harbor there, and they were placed under the harbor in Cirebon. And they were incarcerated in different places in Indonesia, but because of their status, they actually had to be removed because there are mystical stories of them going missing because of their spiritual power. And then also Indonesians would try and get them free, and they couldn't be killed. So they went to exile in, which is current day Sri Lanka, before they came to Cape Town. And that's at the end of the 1700s, basically. Maybe, Rivelino, you can translate a bit.
Yeah. So
Because there are actually even people from Surakarta, some of the royal family are there, and in Banten. And sorry, just to summarize it, it includes Sumatra, Java, Sumbawa, Sumba, and then Malacca in Peninsula Malaysia.
Ya, jadi banyak buangan lah, tahanan buangan dari Indonesia kan. Cuman tadinya mau dibunuh, cuman nggak bisa karena mereka punya status politik gitu. Dibuangnya ke Sri Lanka lalu ke Afrika Selatan. Tadinya gue pikir Afrika Selatan itu cuma penuh orang India loh.
Yeah. pedagang India.
Yeah, because what we know usually about South African, well, let's say non-South Africans, so to speak, the colored skin ones. Usually, we only know Indians in South Africa. So we didn't know that there's a big chunk of Indonesian descendant communities in South Africa.
So Revelino is saying that he only knows about the Indian people in South Africa. They generally don't know about the descendants from Indonesia.
Generally, yeah.
Well,
no, it's not the other way. Is that okay if Babak speaks, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
You right there. After South Africa, Indian population that we got here, then only India is bigger.
Yeah.
Is a big Indian population. In any country in the entire world, South Africa is the second country with the largest Indian population. Because they came already from that time for the railway lines. When the railway lines was built, they were all they immigrated thousands and thousands of Indians. Yeah, but the Khaled and Malay Dengar's language does come from Indonesia, Malaysia, Jakarta, and all that islands, small islands there, coming down.
Yep.
Yes, Batavia also. Batavia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the old name
That's
for
why.
Jakarta.
Now that's why we can interpret the Quran. Listen, on the highest metaphorical formation through that language what we got by us. Because if you want to translate anything of the Quran, because it's very, very much metaphorically orientated, right? You know, one word means a lot of meanings, right? So that's why if we interpret the Arabic words, we can take it to the highest level. Not English, not Afrikaans, but the interlingual Indo and Malay and Java languages that they got, that we integrated in our speech, and that's why we can take. Look at like things that we do in the Khadat. You will, what your dhikr is the same. Subhanallah al-Hayyu Qayyum. You know, and you know, so all that is comes from you, people. The awliyas it bring it to us. We never had that as original. Because do you think they could have come from the Dutch people? Never. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't think so. Yeah.
So yeah, you can look at if you really want to know. There's a book by called Ahmad Davids. Ahmad Davids. In that book, he's a historian of Cape Town. He will, if you read that book, you will find out everything about since the beginning of the Khaled and Malay people in Cape Town, from the origins of the spiritual leaders, like she was saying to you, the princes of Sheikh Yusuf and Tuan Guru, and you know, all those guys. You had real great spiritual guys here, but I don't know. They probably loved the two oceans where the two oceans met. That's why I came to Cape Town.
Right. Yeah. Thank you for that, Abdul. Just that shed some light.
Okay, Nusaibah, thank you very much for your opportunity for us.
Thanks a lot. I mean, we would love to continue, but it's already almost 2 a.m.
Yes, 2 a.m.
Yes.
And I'm getting older.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So
Fajar is the youngest. Maybe he can stay until the morning.
Thank you everyone for following. And kita bisa
robot
berbicara
gini.
lagi tentang ini.
Thank you, Nusaiba. Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Yeah.
So it's been a great evening to share.
Been great. Thank you for everyone.
There's always more things that we can share, but I think it's nice to just explore that actually there's over 30 tombs, kramats we call them, that are the holy people, the walis, that are in Cape Town.
Yes.
So actually Indonesians brought Islam to South Africa.
Yes.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
So thank you everyone for the event.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
everyone.
So, Nuseba.
Thank you Mas
Following
Ulun.
the
Nice
next
to
open
meet
mic.
you.
Kang Rivalino,
Terima
makasih.
See you.
It
Terima
was a great
kasih.
show.
In real
Kang Muhammad, terima kasih.
Ngopi bareng yuk. Ah.
Kang Rivalino,
Ayolah.
nanti ngopi bareng.
Yoi.
Kang
That seems-
Revalino.
Terima kasih.
Thank you.
Ya.
Coba.
Kenapa Jar?
Bagi-bagi ilmu.
Apa namanya saya bangga kalau musisi buat saya pribadi musik itu adalah rumah untuk menari.
Musik itu adalah apa? Kok suara lu double sih?
Musik itu adalah buat kami itu adalah ruh.
Alright.
Nari.
So Fajar said that music is a spirit for him. Music is his spirit.
The soul for dance.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Terima
I just wanted to say that.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih
Selamat.
semuanya.
Good evening.
Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good sleep.
Right.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Salam. Padiul.
Yuk.
Si Padiul, ya. Terima kasih banyak.
Welcome. Okay. Aman. Bye.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you.
So, kamu bisa kirim video ke email saya.
Ini sepertinya sekitar berapa giga ya. Nanti setelah dikonvert saya kirimkan linknya. Gitu aja ya.
Ke meja. Jadi lektur.
Ya.
Oke. Ini is very much size.
Di-convert nanti dikirim.
So we need to convert and cut some apa namanya trash lah ya, yang nggak perlu dikeluarkan. Jadi nanti after editing we call you to give your link this video. Oke?
Oh, okay. Tidak harus edit dulu, bisa kirim kecuali edit dulu.
Ya. Halo.